So welcome back to my channel. This is JB Reviews, and today we are going to review this brand new 19 Ram 3500. Now I know some of you guys have said, when are you going to start doing some driving videos? Well, I bought a 19 Ram, so now I can literally give you a true comparison, or I can give you a true review on how this truck actually drives. Now, if you don't know, I owned a 2018 Ram 2500, had a Cummins motor, and of course that truck rode pretty well for a heavy duty truck. Ram trucks use a coil spring suspension in the rear. It's called a 4-link coil spring system, but it's a pretty good system. When you're not towing, it's pretty good. It's not, again, it's a heavy duty truck, so it still has a very stiff suspension. Of course, because of the weight, if you do plan on towing with them, it needs that stiffer spring and stiffer suspension to really handle those heavier loads. But what I will tell you, and this is the crazy thing about this truck, is this truck drives better than my old truck does. Now, I'm not just saying that because I own it. I really was expecting this truck to handle like crap. Like I kind of bought a 3/4 ton truck in the past because of the ride. Now when I figured out I was over on my payload with my trailer, I decided, you know what, I'd rather be uncomfortable in my truck than to have an issue later down the road, you know, if I were to get pulled over or if I were to cause an accident, God forbid. But it really does ride very well for a 1-ton truck. I'm going to say that this truck rides better than my truck that I just traded in, and that's with a leaf spring system. So I don't know what Ram really did in terms of just overall comfort, but because this engine is quieter too, it really makes this drive a lot better. I know I mentioned in my unveiling video that I hated how quiet the truck is. Well, I really do like that loud, that burly man Cummins that the previous gens had. This truck does not have that anymore. This truck really has a very composed. This is basically your Ford truck now. I mean, not only does it ride well, but it's quiet, and man, does it feel like a big SUV now. I mean, if you see me, I'm hitting some bumps on the road, and I'm not getting thrown around a lot. I mean, my GoPro's is sitting on the windshield, so you should be able to see me pretty well. But man, this truck rides really well. Now, I'm doing about 50 miles an hour right now, and the steering wheel doesn't really move a lot too. The steering is not very stiff. It's probably about the same as my 2018, I would say, but it does feel good. Like if I need to turn, of course it has a lot of body room to it. It's just a big truck. But if you need to go up in the higher speeds, like I'm doing 70 miles, let me get up to 75 for you. I mean, at 75 miles an hour, I do notice that this seat kind of shimmies a little bit, and it's not too bad though. But the truck is very comfortable. I cannot believe how comfortable this truck is. So yeah, quiet. It's definitely quiet. Now, I don't know when I'm gonna post this video, but I do have new tires on this truck. So I'm just gonna throw it out there just in case. So these tires are a little bit louder than my Firestones, but they're actually really well. They're like are these all terrains? I can't remember if these are all terrains or these are mud tires. I think they're probably a hybrid, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, the truck handles very well. I mean, at high speeds, it doesn't feel like you need two hands on the steering wheel. I was just doing 75 miles an hour. I'm doing about 70 now, and the truck is just so comfortable. Man, I cannot believe how comfortable this truck is. And I mean, my hat goes off to Ram. I've said this before in the past. I mean, just with the overall interior design, and even with the exterior, I mean, even though it's the same cab, same bed, for the most part, this truck does look like an all-new truck. So I can't wait to see what they're going to do in 2022. I believe that's when they're going to do a full redesign. So I'm looking forward to see what that looks like. Now, as far as visibility goes, it's going to be the same. If you own these trucks in the past, it's pretty good. Now, this is my first time owning a mega cab, but I don't really find that this is much different from the crew cab. The crew cab is going to give you a smaller C-pillar back here, but for the most part, it's a truck. I mean, there's not a lot of space back there. And those headrests do block your visibility, and this middle headrest is actually bigger than my crew cab's headrest was in the middle. I can't remember if there was even a middle headrest in that truck, but Yeah, that does block your visibility a little bit more. Now those seats do recline, so you probably could pick up a little bit more visibility if they are reclined. But I mean, they're fine. I mean, you have these big tow mirrors now. I've said in previous videos I'm going to keep my tow mirrors out, and I am. So I'm going over some pretty big bumps now. Where I'm going right now, I'm going to really go over some bumps for you guys, so you can see how well this truck handles. I don't know if you guys can hear or just picking up on a lot of that road noise, but there's not a lot of road noise either. It's definitely a very composed truck. It's almost too good to be a one-ton truck when it comes down to driving it. So brakes feel well too. I mean, these brakes are still new. They have to still break in. I mean, so they feel fantastic, of course, right now. Now, when I get my trailer behind it and when I start putting some miles on this truck, I'll be able to give you a better idea. Now, I did show this as a 100-mile update. So the only issue I've had with this truck thus far is that I'm getting a little condensation in my driver's side tow mirror. It's on the part where their LED is, and I don't know why it's there. I mean, I washed my truck maybe a week ago at this point, and it's just condensation. It hasn't rained, and it's been out in the sun. I mean, I don't park it in the garage, so it's still a little condensation there. So I may warranty that and see if they can maybe figure out if there's any like thing missing in there, or maybe if it's just defective. But other than that, that's like the only thing I've actually seen in terms of issues with the truck. And I mean, that kind of started happening when I first picked up the truck. So there might be some insulation in there missing or something like that. But for the most part, again, guys, I'm going over some bumps now. Let me see if I can. There we go. I'm trying to get some good ones right here. Yeah, so that was a pretty big bump. And again, for a one-ton truck, you're not really doing a lot of the bouncing inside the truck like you normally are. So yeah. Alright, so this is just a second part for the ride of the vehicle. I'm just gonna shut up. I'm gonna let you guys kind of listen to the truck. If you want to just kind of figure out how much I move around in the front seat here when I'm driving. I may hit a little bit of bumps, and I'm kind of going to be doing a lot of highway. I got to go install some things on my fifth wheel, so that will be a good chance. This is just a good chance for you guys to see how well this truck drives, and you can kind of hear and kind of see as I drive. So I'm going to shut up, and I'm not even going to say goodbye to you guys. You're just going to see the video just turn off. How about that? like to point out that that howling sound cannot be heard inside the truck. That's just the camera just picking up on some of the road noise for the tire. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I'm going to continue to do some videos for you. I'll do one on MPG. I will do one on a few other things for you guys too. The biggest one I think that everybody's going to want to see is probably the towing video. Now the truck, I'm going to put 1,000 miles on this truck before I do a towing video. Now I do know that the Cummins does not need a break-in period, and you really don't need that. But what I'll tell you is this: the Cummins motor doesn't need a break-in period, but everything around it is going to kind of be the same whether you get a gas engine or not. So that's kind of why I'm just going to put 1,000 miles on it. And then plus, I mean, even if I could tow that trailer right now, I mean, or even if I could tow with the truck, excuse me, I'm just so busy. Like, I got so busy with like work, in the month stuff, and I almost was kind of like, I was really excited to show you guys this truck, and I was like, man, I hope I can get a chance to really show you guys this truck. But that video will be coming very soon. Now we're gonna go on maybe 2 trips with my campers, a 40-foot Keystone Cougar, about 12,100 pounds, about how I have it loaded right now. Now we put our stuff in it. It might get up to about maybe 12.2. Not much. I mean, we're pretty minimalistic when we go camping. We don't have a bunch of crap. But again, thank you guys for watching this video. If you haven't done so yet, please like and subscribe to the channel. And again, I will give you guys more updates on this truck.